Hey, this is an episode of Kickback with Keisha. And today, again, I make these videos typically if it's on some real time stuff. I want to say real time type shit. But real time stuff, right? So today I had an appointment with to get my car serviced today. I needed an oil change and a couple of tires, whatever. So dropped my car off at like 7 this morning, and my plans were actually to stay with my vehicle. Long story short, there was a recall on my vehicle, and it's going to take a little bit longer than anticipated. So it should be ready in a little bit. Anyway, so I took the shuttle home, and I'm going to catch the shuttle back to pick up my vehicle. And so there's one gentleman that typically drives me in the shuttle. It's actually two guys that typically drive the shuttle. I usually like when this one guy drives the shuttle because he drives he drives safer, in my opinion, and we always be in there talking or whatever. So the last time I talked to this gentleman, he was telling me about he was going to retire and he's going to go back home. Please don't get me, but I believe he's going back home to El Salvador whenever he retires here in the United States. And so he's on his second marriage. Yeah, I already found that out through like different trips or whatever. Anyway, so we were talking today, nothing different than normal. And I was like, oh, I thought you were retiring. And he was like, basically, no, chick. And so he was like, no, another guy retired. So he was like, he actually, he's running up on the age of 62. So he's still trying to, figure out when to retire, whatever. And so he had already told me on a previous trip that his wife had already told him that she was not leaving with him whenever he goes to move back to El Salvador, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why he wants to move back there is because he says his money will be longer there versus in the United States. Understandable. And so back to the wife, and then I was just like, so anyway, we were talking about it, and then we mentioned, that his wife still didn't want to go. She said she wasn't going. And I'm like, okay, and then we were like, oh, you got some time, because you're not going to retire right now. Anyway, I think he had a few more years. So long story short, this man is almost retirement age. So he is either 60, pushing 60, 58, probably even, he might already be in his 60s to be even talking about retiring. So to be honest, he looks like he, is definitely in his 60s already, or whatever. But nonetheless, whatever age he is, he's older is what I want you guys to listen to. And we were just chatting up. I don't even know how we were chatting up about like just relationships in general. And I think I know what happened. So he said, he was like, he was just like, you're beautiful. Yeah. But anyway, you're beautiful, you're not married. And I was like, so I had to briefly tell him basically, yeah, but no. And we're getting a divorce and blah, blah, blah. And so, and then, and we were just chatting. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say it was all him or it was all me. It was a mutual, thing. And I was talking about basically how, things that had occurred, and I didn't go into any details, but I was like, things that had occurred, during the duration of our relationship. I said, I feel like it tainted our relationship, and therefore, starting with somebody new, you have basically a clean slate. So we were just talking about that. This man proceeds to tell me that his current wife, he's on wife number 2. His current wife, and I never asked him how old she was, but I'm assuming she is around his age. I'm going to just say. So if you're about 60, I'm assuming that your wife is maybe 50 or more. She's these, okay, perhaps she's younger than that. But I'm pretty sure we would have discussed that on a previous trip. I think I even asked him, if she, was she much younger than him. I don't even know why I was getting that, that thought process, but I think we mentioned it. So I don't think that she's way younger than him. So I'm going to just say the lady might be 50, 54. He told me that this lady is still going through his phone. And I hate to say still going through like it's something that should ever occur. However, this lady is going through his phone. And he was saying that he doesn't mind if she gets his phone, or even answers the phone. He said, but to sit up there and who's this? Who's that? And he told me, he was like, well, sometimes, people from work call or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes they may call at a later hour or whatever. And he was just, so he speaks good English, but sometimes he struggles for words to express to me what he's trying to say. But long story short, he was like, this is stress. This is stress. And he was just shaking his head. That's all he could do is shake his head. He was like, he say sometimes it'll be like people from work, and then he have to tell people at work like, hey, just don't call my phone at a certain time, just to be respectful. It's not even like that. The man is not cheating or anything. And it's just the fact that if he gets a phone call outside a time frame that his wife feels is, I guess out of work hours or something, she's like, who is this? Who is this? 50 plus years old, 50 plus. And this man is trying to retire. And this is what he got to deal with at the house. So it was crazy. So I know some people are going to look at this, especially women. They're going to look at this and they're going to say, yeah, whatever, they're going to have some type of issue with the guy. Ma'am, you need to stop going through that man phone, number one. And he also mentioned like she's not confident or whatever. And I ended up talking to him and I said, well, you know what? I feel like sometimes the men can help their woman with confidence, if they know, that they, that they don't have anything to worry about necessarily, then they're pretty confident. I believe that you should be confident in your relationship, but don't ever think that nobody else can take your man or your woman. I feel like when you feel like that, then you're going to stop doing like you need to do for your man or for your woman. For instance, women, keep yourself up. Period. Keep yourself up. The man don't want to see you walking around in bonnet caps. The man don't want to see you walking around with your ankles all ashy. Your man don't want to see you with bad breath, probably see you or smell you. And I'm just saying, I know some people going to be like, oh my God, what is she talking about? I'm talking about keep yourself situated. Okay, as for you men, yeah, she don't want to see you always walking around in your work steel toe boots. She don't want to always see you in a dingy tee. She don't want to smell you funky in any crevice, your mouth, your ass, nothing. So keep yourself smelling good. Keep your cologne game up, all of that. But again, going through that man's phone, and this man is almost about to retire. At what point is the man gonna get some peace? And so it's crazy. So all I'm saying is, lady, stay at the damn man phone looking for crap. And if you had yourself situated, then you might not be so concerned about what's in his phone and what could be going on in that phone. If you got your game tight, then okay. If you do have something going on in that phone, eventually it's gonna come out, and guess what? You're gonna lose me, whatever. But I feel like especially at 60 something years old, oh my God. So some people probably still play the field or whatever at 60, but there would be zero desire if you got everything you need at home. And a lot of times all they need, not all they need, but the main thing is peace. That man, he couldn't hardly find the word to tell me, but he kept saying peace and stress and shaking his head. Ma'am, stop stressing your man out about his phone. This man is almost in retirement age. Get your shit together, ma'am. I'm so embarrassed. Stay out that man's phone. He ain't going through yours. And tighten yourself up. Go get your hair done. Go get a facial. Go get them little hairs under your chin waxed. Your upper lip waxed. Feel good about yourself. Then maybe you won't be concerned with every damn time this man's phone rings at an hour that you feel like is crazy. Ladies, I'm not just bashing us. I'm not. But let's stay out these phones and let's keep ourselves put together, and let's make this house peaceful, man. That's all I can say, man. Quit being stressful. Quit being a damn stress mate. Be a helpmate. Be that person that he can come home to and talk to about stuff. And not come home to and food ain't even ready, and then you got the audacity to be trying to go through my phone, and I'm trying to retire. Man, so yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my videos. I'm gonna keep my YouTube, because like I told the shuttle driver, I was like, hey, I have a YouTube page that I have, and I'm trying to help women to to have good relationships, to have, just to keep their man, keep their man happy. But again, it's not all just one way. So I'm not saying, well, woman, if you do this, that, and the third, your man ain't gonna cheat on you, your man ain't gonna do this, your man ain't gonna do that. I'm not saying that, because sometimes you can be everything that a person needs you to be, but if you ain't that chick for him, you ain't that chick for him. Same thing, if you ain't that guy for her, you ain't that guy for her. And so that's another thing we can talk about later. Like, dang, if she not the one, just leave her alone. If he not the one, just leave him alone. Sometimes it's easier said than done. When you know this person cares about you, this person loves you, this person is doing everything right. So it's like, dang, I can't even really, let them go, because they care about me in such a way that nobody else do. I just, I want so-and-so. It is what it is. But I'm talking about people in relationships that they're with the person that they need to be with, that they should be with, and vice versa. Make these relationships work, man. Make that house peaceful. That's all. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to talk about these outliers, these situations that's outside the the norm and all. I'm talking about typically, if you're with the person that you should be with, y'all match, y'all go together well. Y'all are, I want to say equally yoked, but y'all supposed to be together, basically. It's not like you know, you see somebody 75 years old and they with somebody 21, and you like, even though it could be great, these are the outliers I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those situations. They might have a great relationship, a loving relationship, but I'm talking about typically if you see somebody that age difference, what is it? It's a sugar daddy, sugar baby type thing, sugar mama, sugar daddy, baby guy type thing. So listen, stay out them phones, please, and thank you. If the young guy's phones, I'm sure it's all kind of hell in there. But the guy is almost retiring. Sis, get out the phone, please. This your girl, Kickback with Keisha. That situation just got me kind of like, I couldn't imagine as being a guy who's trying to retire, making life decisions on moving back where he was originally born at, potentially having to leave his wife behind. Now I see it might not be a bad idea. You go to Honduras, money run long, you can get you a younger chick who can get on your page, possibly. I don't know. But anyway, this your girl Keisha. I do want you guys to continue to watch, continue to like, continue to subscribe, comment. Like, for real, like, we have to call each other out. Call each other, women, we got to call each other out. And that phone stuff, making that household, stressful for that man, hey, that ain't it. It is some sorry men out there who don't work for whatever reason. They might be disabled, I don't know, or whatever, or just lazy, I don't know. But for the people who have been putting in, this man been working year after year after year, and so much so he's been at a company so long to where he can retire from there, and you are stressing him out. Per him, not me, per him. So me included, I'm gonna stop stressing my man out, period, point blank. All right, talk to y'all later. Have a great day.